Tonight at 6, we start by saying Happy Veterans Day to everyone who has served and, of course, all the military families for all of their sacrifices.
As so many of us know, Alaska has the highest military presence per capita out of any state in the U.S. The U.S. Census showing roughly 1 in 10 Alaskans is a veteran.
Now, we're going to show you how our vets are being honored in just a little bit, but we're going to start with meteorologist Jackie Purcell. Sounds like on this Veterans Day night, there may be a chance to see those northern lights, Jackie.
Yes, clear skies and an aurora forecast calling for some high activity. That may have folks bracing for the cold and bundling up because it could be quite a northern light show going into the overnight hours. Check out the clear skies over the south central region and any shower activity more confined to parts of Prince William Sound to the North Gulf Coast, interior Alaska. Also seeing fairly clear skies with storm action. Isolated out toward the Aleutians, heading towards southwest Alaska, and panhandle locations still have a degree of cloud cover. But here's a look at that aurora forecast. And on spaceweather.com, it was considered a G3 to G4 geomagnetic storm with KP indexes that would stretch from 4 to 6. The forecast is for the cold and clear weather across much of the state, so you'll need to put on some of your best winter gear to make sure that you can photograph this amazing event, because it is being said that this could be the 20-year high of some auroral activity. So a lot of folks are pretty excited about that. Check out the star field. But Charlotte was one of those who was looking toward the horizon, and she caught an auroral band just over the Gamble area. You can see some of the lights of the community way off into the distance. Thanks for sharing that. For the Anchorage area, we're also on track to see some clear skies. We did through the day, the sunshine out there. Overnight low temperatures, some areas of town will see them dip to the teens, maybe even to single digits. And a high tomorrow staying right around 20 degrees. I'll have more on the forecast, but boy, what an exciting night. Can't wait. And of course, everyone out there, if you are out there and see those northern lights, make sure to share your photos with us by sending them to our station.
All right, Jackie, thanks so much. Yes, send us your photos if you see those northern lights. Neither the government shutdown or today's cold weather stopped the municipality of Anchorage from holding a small ceremony to honor veterans today.
And people gathered at the 11th Air Force Americans Home from Siberia Memorial at the Merrill Field Airport. Mayor Suzanne LaFrance in attendance, as well as others, and no matter how long you served or where, the message was clear: you are remembered and you are appreciated. In Fairbanks, dozens of people gathered at Veterans Memorial Park for a ceremony urging the return of what they call the original meaning of Veterans Day. Ceremonial bells, a moment of silence, and songs marked an annual event by the Alaska Peace Center. Organizers say Veterans Day, once Armistice Day, was meant as a call for peace, but has shifted to somewhat of a call for war over the years. And real quick, we'd like to make a correction about a story we aired yesterday. We reported that the Anchorage Museum would have free admission today for Veterans Day, but that offer was actually for Sunday ahead of the Veterans Day holiday.
On this Veterans Day, with Alaska having more veterans per capita than any other state in the country, like we said, we investigate unclaimed veterans benefits. The director of Alaska's Department of Military and Veterans Affairs telling our investigative team only about half of eligible Alaska veterans currently receive benefits they've earned. Rebecca Palsha learning they're missing out on millions of dollars.
Yeah, Rebecca joining us now. What did you learn about, why our veterans do not have everything they've earned?
Well, it's simple as it sounds. It may be kind of an easy fix. Veterans need to get in touch with Alaska's Department of Military and Veterans Affairs to go and review their benefits. The numbers are pretty striking. Alaska has about 58,000 combat veterans, but only about 24,000 are signed up for all the benefits they've earned. I'm told that often it's as easy as signing up to correctly get additional money that these veterans, of course, have earned.
And Rebecca, let's talk a little bit about our female veterans. When you looked at the numbers, you saw they show particularly low enrollment for women.
That's right. According to Operation Mary Louise, that's a statewide community-based project for female veterans, Alaska has more than 10,000 female veterans, but fewer than 1/3 are signed up for VA health services. Operation Mary Louise says that this is often because they don't recognize their military service as qualifying them for benefits. But these women have earned these benefits through their service.
All right, Rebecca Paulser reporting. Thank you, Rebecca. And if you're a veteran and need that information on how to apply for those benefits, it's posted on our website, our mobile app, inside Rebecca's story. And we're going to see that story again tonight on the Late Edition. And if you have a tip, you can email us to investigates@ktuu.com.
All righty. Now new at 6, a pedestrian is dead after Anchorage police say he was hit by a driver in South Anchorage. Investigators say the crash happened along King Street near East 49th Court just before 10:30 last night. Police say the man was not in a, quote, marked or unmarked crosswalk when he was hit by another man driving north. The pedestrian died at the hospital. Police say the driver has been cooperating. We'll update this story on our website as we learn any new information.
Some Alaskans may need to pay some steep prices for Obamacare. State numbers show skyrocketing insurance costs if Congress does not extend subsidies.
The House is set to vote tomorrow with no guarantee subsidies will be included in that. Our political reporter Will Courtney shows us what prices may look like in Alaska.
The state says 28,000 Alaskans could see Obamacare costs increasing. Those are the numbers we saw when we looked at data from both the nonprofit Kaiser Family Foundation and Alaska's divisions of insurance. So let's give you a little bit of background here. We're talking about tax credits, specifically enhanced premium tax credits or subsidies. They do one of two things. The first thing they do is they reduce the price of insurance, and they also expand who's going to be eligible to receive these subsidies. So let's go ahead and take a look at 3 examples of how these subsidies work in action for people who make above 400% of the federal poverty line. Now, with these credits, a single 35-year-old who makes about $78,000 per year is going to be paying about $555 per month on their health insurance. A family of 2 35-year-olds with 2 7-year-old children make about $160,000 per year. They're going to be paying about $1,142 per month. And for a married couple, about 64 years old and make a little over $105,000 per year, they're paying $751 on their health insurance. But those are with those credits that are in play right now. If those credits go away, let's take a look at what happens. With that same single 35-year-old, they're going to now be paying $979 per month. That's about 15% of their yearly income. The family with kids, they are going to be having an increase as well, $3,158 per month, a little less than a quarter of their yearly income. And that last couple, they're going to see quite a skyrocket at $4,809 per month. That's more than half of their yearly income. So what's next? This right now is not part of any legislation. Both Senators Murkowski and Sullivan say they are open to having conversations over these subsidies, but they want to see the government open first. Now, on our website and mobile app right now, we'll link you to the tool being used to put these numbers together. Will Courtney, Alaska's news source.
So on this Veterans Day, we are showing our appreciation for everyone who has served near and far throughout the years, and that includes our guest tonight, Army veteran Ed Wesley.
Ed, first of all, thank you for your service and for joining us this evening. We're glad to have you here. It's been decades since you served in the Army, but you do continue to give back in our community. So tell us a little bit about your work through the American Legion.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you having me here. I'm from American Legion Post 34. Some of the work that we are doing right now is focusing on the soldiers that built the Elkin Highway. Our state honored them in 2017 by establishing a holiday, or commemoration day, which is October the 25th of each year. The way that we are honoring them is we're identifying juniors in high school, and we are providing scholarships for them to attend the American Legion's Girls and Boys State Program. This Girls and Boys State Program will teach them citizenship and leadership. We've had fundraisers for our disabled veterans through American Legion Post 34 and raised money for them to attend the wheelchair game. But I'm so honored to be here today and just like to take a second or two for those who gave their ultimate during war. Just a second or two. Thank you. I always want to remember those, and I think our families should also remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, which is their life for this country.
And you touched on it right there, but I mean, why do you think it is so important that we honor the people that have served this country and their families? Because I know their families make incredible sacrifices while they're away serving.
In the preamble of our Constitution, it says that we will provide for the common defense. And as a result of that being in our Constitution, we have a responsibility to provide for our veterans and to have a common defense to protect this nation from all the gain, protect this nation of its gains that it has acquired over the years.
And Ed, seeing with your visibility on veterans in our community, what would you say is one of the issues that other folks in town can do, can help our veterans out with? Are you seeing any particular issues within the community now?
I think one of the most important things is educating our veterans and those that are about to leave service, to give them information on how they can be provided for with the services that they have received as benefits of services. I think that we as a state, having 17% veterans, need to continue to focus on providing the services that help our veterans become business people, homeowners, and just good citizens in this state. And I think it's an asset to this state to have so many veterans.
All right. Ed Wesley, Army veteran, former commander, Legion Post 34. Thank you so much for your time. And of course, thank you for your service. And happy Veterans Day, Ed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now looking ahead, as part of our celebration of America's 250th birthday next year, we're looking back at some of our own history here in Alaska.
Our digital manager, Joey Kleka, has a little more from our digital desk.
Well, next year marks America's 250th birthday, and as we build up to that moment, we take a look back at Alaska's history, starting this week in 1981, when a milestone was achieved for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. Find out what that was on This Week in Alaska History. Plus, the last time this happened at the Kennecott Mine in Alaska's Wrangell Mountain Range, something that hasn't been seen since 1938. And finally, one of Alaska's great adventurers, Colonel Norman Vaughn, made the news this week in 1994 when he attempted a remarkable feat at the age of 89. You can read more about Alaska's history on This Week by visiting our website, alaskasnewssource.com, looking at our We the People section on our website.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's News Source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's News Source app.